Okay, so today's topic is Biofloc technology, and that is standard operating protocol on Biofloc fish farming. So we welcome and honor to Mr. Debtanu sir. They have a great experience in aquaculture. So we will start the session. And if you have any query, let me know to the chat box. Okay, sir. Welcome, sir.
Okay. First of all, very good evening to everyone. Myself, Debtanu Barman. If you want to know about me, you can search my LinkedIn. You can know about me more. I run a company named Aqua Doctor Solution, which basically work on one shop, one stop solution for fisheries and aquaculture. We are not only provide inputs or consultancy and training, we also offer internship opportunity and also human resource development for the agriculture graduate in the field of fisheries. So today I will be addressing you on standard operating protocol on biofloc fish farming. Before I address, I like to ask any of you who are there. I can see more than 60 people have joined. Any of you can just tell me in simple language what you understand by biofloc, or any of you has done any kind of biofloc activities or own farm activities also can share for few seconds your own experience. What you understand by biofloc?
Sir, I think biofloc is a type of tank where you store fishes.
ठीक है. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anything to be add? और कोई कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं? बायोफ्लॉक क्या है?
Sir, in Biofloc, we use several beneficial microorganisms
Okay.
in the water body, in the
Okay.
water in the pond, and yeah,
Okay.
this much I know.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Because if I start anything, you should also know little bit of your idea. What is this particular technology? Somebody mentioned is a beneficial bacteria to be added. Somebody has mentioned some innovative technology, to grow fish, something like that. Can you just tell me, anyone, is a general question for everyone. What is the cumulative growth of fisheries every year in India? लाइक हर साल फिशरी के सेक्टर के ग्रोथ क्या रेट में हो रहा है? कोई गैस, कोई परसेंटेज के गैस? एनीथिंग?
Sir, 8 to 9%, I think.
अच्छा, ओके. और कोई? हमारे फिशरी सेक्टर हर साल इंडिया में मोर देन 10% के ग्रोथ से बढ़ रहे हैं. उसमें मेजर जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है हमारे, वो हमारे इंग्लैंड फिश और इंग्लैंड एक्वाकल्चर सेक्टर के हैं. इंग्लैंड एक्वाकल्चर के मतलब है जो हम लोग कोस्टल और समुद्र के बीच में नहीं करते. हम लोग इंग्लैंड सलाइन, पॉन्ड हो गया, रिवर हो गया, रिजर्वायर हो गया, ठीक है, इस टाइप के जो सिस्टम्स है उसके ऊपर बेस करके हमारे प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. और उसमें मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन लास्ट 10-15 साल से सबसे बड़ा जो इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है उसमें है इनोवेटिव टेक्नोलॉजी. उस इनोवेटिव टेक्नोलॉजी में नाम आता है बायोफ्लॉक, उसमें नाम आता है आरएएस, रिसर्कुलेटरी एक्वाकल्चर सिस्टम, उसमें नाम आता है हाइड्रोपोनिक्स, एक्वापोनिक्स, उसमें नाम आता है इंटीग्रेटेड पॉन्ड रेसवे सिस्टम. So today I'll be addressing you on biofloc technology, and this whole documentation I have shared with the organizing team for you people to share later on for further uses. And also, if you have any questions, you can ask me in between. I will pause myself during the presentation sometime, so that you can ask me any of your queries, whatever you ask. Okay. So before I start, I like to address two important parts. One is this, what is called biofloc. Basic introduction on biofloc. Biofloc technology is a biotechnological tool in which toxic material from the fish or the shellfish मतलब है आपके shrimp, crab, even the prawn, their toxic material means the things which they cannot digest undigested material which ultimately leads to ammonia, nitrate, nitrite, and converted this toxic material into some sort of protein. That protein is called as a microbial protein. So this technology by which waste into microbial protein production is happening, this particular technology mentioned as a biofloc. सिंपल भाषा में बोले, बायो मतलब biological substance, flock means group or maybe jatta, and both together if you talk about then is a beneficial group of some organisms which basically converted fish wasted into microbial protein, and ultimately that microbial protein is eaten up by fish or the shellfish or maybe prawn or shrimp. Okay, this whole technology is basically a biotechnological tool. Second is why biofloc technology is very popular in different part of the world and not taking much attention in India or maybe say Bangladesh or maybe other countries where water resources much higher. Biofloc technology first innovated in which country? Can anybody mention? बायोफ्लॉक टेक्नोलॉजी का जन्म कहां पर हुआ? कोई जानते हैं?
No, sir.
Okay. Biofloc technology developed in Israel, and that is also almost in 80s. Okay, why in Israel? Because they don't have sufficient water, they have very limited source of water, and there is a huge population growth is there, but for the limited resources they need technology based solutions by which they can produce much more quantity of fish and agriculture production. That's why even the one drop one plant which we call as a drip irrigation also comes from Israel. Biofloc technology also comes from Israel. Even the RAS, recirculatory aquaculture system, that also developed in Israel in 1980s. The main concept was is a less space required, zero water exchange, high stocking density, strong aeration, by which this particular, these components can make the biofloc technology more success. So biofloc technology में क्या क्या है? एक है आपको वहां पर स्पेस कम चाहिए, उसमें आपको पानी के एक्सचेंज करने की जरूरत नहीं है, साथ में आप हाई स्टॉकिंग डेंसिटी में फार्मिंग कर सकते हैं, और साथ में आप वहां पर स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिएशन जब देंगे उससे ऑलरेडी माइक्रोबियल प्रोटीन के जनरेट होंगे जो बेसिकली आपके फिश एंड श्रिम्प दे विल बी ईटिंग अप. देन व्हाट मोर that biofloc technology is very popular. Biofloc technology also very popular in places where people are think of maintaining good water quality and good water ecosystem to get rid of diseases and all. So biofloc is basically a control system and is a intensive system where we can control all perspective of fish farming and shrimp farming all together. So biofloc is nothing but a wastewater technology by which we are converting waste into microbial protein, and that microbial protein is eaten up by fish and shrimp. When they eaten up the microbial protein, the quantity requirement for fish and shrimp for their feed is very less. So this is the basic introduction. The principle behind the biofloc technology is very important and we should know it. What is that? Carbon nitrogen ratio. Carbon nitrogen ratio is the main thumb rule of biofloc technology, and there are two types of bacteria. One is autotrophic bacteria, there is heterotrophic bacteria. Autotrophic means, auto means who generate their own foods. The process is called photosynthesis. Heterotrophic means who cannot produce their own food. That is called heterotrophic. They are basically depends on organic matter degradation process. So in that process, our biofloc technology also come is basically a heterotrophic, and it may be aerobic and anaerobic conditions also is too there. I will mention it later on. So it's basically a heterotrophic microbial growth happens when there is a carbon nitrogen ratio mentioned. So from where this carbon and nitrogen ratio comes? Carbon means the material what we give the fish as a feed. So we add some supplementary feeding like feeds, okay, like some protein feeds we add them, so that in that protein feeds there is a nitrogen, there is a carbon. That carbon is also denoted here as a C, carbon, okay, and N here, which is basically come from nitrogen source. So ultimately from your fish, whatever the waste is coming is a nitrogenous compound. So there means ammonia nitrate nitrite. So they are compounds denoted as a N, okay, nitrogen source. When carbon nitrogen ratios are 50 to 20, it means for one part of nitrogen you need to have 15 to 20% of carbon. Then your biofloc production means your microbiological bacteria production will be much higher, and we can produce single cell protein. So is this particular whole ecosystem depends on with the equation that is glucose plus oxygen, which form carbon dioxide plus energy in terms of microbial protein, which basically the fish and or the shrimp they basically eat as a source of feed. So as I mentioned before, so I mentioned biofloc technology, from where it originated, how it works, why the biofloc system is very important. Now let's talk about what is this biofloc system and how it works. Okay, I have mentioned one photo here, and I am saying then let us flock together and keep company. Now the question comes to you all: bacteria stay alone or bacteria stay in a group?
They're in clusters, in group.
In group.
in
Why not
colonies.
in colonies? Why not alone?
Sir, because they have to synthesize nutrient from the nearby colony or nearby their members.
Nearby their members. Is it? Anything else?
So also the survivability depends on the members on the whole flock.
Okay, right. Very nice. You have nicely answered. Some of the part I just like to mention to others. Bacteria cannot stay alone. Bacteria needs a attachment, and that attachment is the another bacteria, the cell structure. So when they attach each other, then they do multiplication, they can survive, and they get the nutrition from each
हिंदी में
other.
बोलिए ना, समझ में नहीं आ रहा.
Hello. Okay, you, this point is very clear, why bacteria get attached to each other.
No sir, please speak in Hindi.
अच्छा, बैक्टीरिया जो है ना, बैक्टीरिया कभी भी अलग नहीं रह सकते. बैक्टीरिया बैक्टीरिया के साथ जोड़ के रहते हैं. क्यों जोड़ के रहते हैं? बैक्टीरिया जब जोड़ के रहते हैं वो लोग इजी मल्टीप्लिकेशन कर सकते हैं, इजीली उनके न्यूट्रिशन मीन्स उनके जो खाने का साधन है वो इजीली ट्रांसफर होते हैं. और बैक्टीरिया के जो मल्टीप्लिकेशन रेट है वो बेसिकली 2 सेल मिलने के बाद ही उनका मल्टीप्लिकेशन चालू होते हैं. इसलिए बैक्टीरिया सिंगली नहीं रह सकते. बैक्टीरिया बैक्टीरिया के साथ जुड़ के क्लस्टर बना के, नहीं तो ग्रुप बना के रहते हैं. अभी क्लियर है?
Yes sir.
ओके, चलिए. सो नाउ प्लीज सी द फोटो, एंड दिस इज द how to mention, this is the heart of biofloc technology, basically how biofloc technology works. So in a tank or maybe a pond or maybe any cistern tank, we have some fish, and we are giving this particular fish some feed. Feed means commercial feed. That feed prepared from different carbohydrate source, different protein source, which ultimately having carbon and nitrogen source. And when they take it, the fish is taking it as a food, so they do the toilet as a non-utilized form of carbon and nitrogen, uh, carbon and ammonia. Non-utilized means which they cannot digest. So which they cannot digest, they are taking out of their body. It's coming in the environment. Beside that, this ammonia getting converted into nitrate and nitrite with the help of oxidation and microbial microbes. Okay. So in the meantime, if you just give aeration and you add little bit of carbohydrate in the source of molasses, jaggery, meetha, tapioca flour, anything, sugar. So you add some carbohydrate inside it and put some aeration, then this waste of nitrate, nitrate and ammonia will be getting converted with microbial protein, and the carbon dioxide will be get out of the system. This way, basically, the biofloc technology works. Basically, in the most of the farmers, whatever model they are having in the pond or maybe tanks or cemented tanks, this is the main scheme how biofloc technology work. So, what is the composition of biofloc technology? What is the present in the biofloc? Biofloc is a heterogeneous aggregate of microorganisms which basically uh, uh, microorganisms such as bacteria, algae, fungi, invertebrates, and detritus. I mean to say that biofloc is not a homogeneous mixture. एक कोई एक एक ग्रुप नहीं है, सिर्फ उसमें बैक्टीरिया रहेगा ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है. बायोफ्लॉक टेक्नोलॉजी में आपको मॉस्किटो का भी लार्वे मिल सकता है, उसमें थोड़ा सा ग्रीन एल्गी भी मिल सकता है, उसमें आपको फ्लाइज के लार्वे मिल सकते हैं, उसमें आपको कुछ ऑर्गेनिक मैटर के भी मिल सकते हैं. ये सब चीज मिला के जो हेटेरोजेनियस जो ग्रुप आपके पानी के ऊपर हो रहा है वो बेसिकली हम लोग बायोफ्लॉक टेक्नोलॉजी बोलते हैं. It is a protein-rich live food as a result of conversion of unused feed and excreta into a natural food system. बायोफ्लॉक में मैंने शुरू में ही बोला, बायोफ्लॉक में हम लोग माइक्रोबियल प्रोटीन बनाते हैं. माइक्रोबियल प्रोटीन जो बनाते हैं उसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? माइक्रोब्स मीन्स बैक्टीरिया. बैक्टीरिया में भी जान है. So they also have a life. So ultimately we are producing a live food which is movable, and we can see that their activities under the microscope. So they called as a live food. Okay. Then next is each flock is held together in a loose matrix of mucus. मैंने अभी जो बोल रहा था, बैक्टीरिया के साथ एक लूज मैट्रिक्स के माध्यम से जुड़ा रहते हैं, secreted by bacteria and bound by filamentous microorganism. So that's this all together can make more easily the flock is. Size of the flock generally range from 50 to 200 micron. 50 to 200 micron. Microscope में 200 micron. We can see under the microscope or open up. Even the less than 50 micron we can see under the microscope. So these are the size varies from our biofloc. So that's why biofloc also considered as a live feed hatchery food for and shrimps during their nursery period of time. उसका अर्थ ऐसा है, जब डीम अंडा से मछली के बीज बनते हैं, वो बीज के जो नेचुरल भोजन है वो भोजन बनाने के लिए भी बायोफ्लॉक हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं. Some of the bacteria, how it looks like, here I have mentioned, is a 100 micron to 200 micron size of different microscope. Under the microscope, the bacteria colonies are. So the nutrition profile of the biofloc. What all are the things are present in biofloc as a good source of the food for fish? Biofloc protein availability in dry, wet, basis, if we talk about average, is 35% protein. Fat is average 1%, and good source of vitamin and minerals, particularly in phosphorus, which basically our aquatic elements like fish and shrimps they are looking for. It also has some probiotic effect, can be proposed to replace fish meal and soybean in fish feed in dried form. So even the biofloc microbial protein can replace fish meal and soybean in a large scale if you have a industry production cycle with us. Now, some of the fishes, what I'm showing you here, why catfishes for biofloc, why not carp? And I want to pause here and I want to ask others that first session I have mentioned about what is biofloc, what is the importance, what is its important features, what is the nutrition of biofloc. Any questions? Any
सर न्यूट्रिशन वैल्यू फिर से समझा दीजिए.
न्यूट्रिशन वैल्यू इन बायोफ्लॉक क्या है? आप देखो यहाँ पर जो आप देख रहे हो ऐसे छोटे 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 जो व्हाइट व्हाइट कलर के हैं, बायोफ्लॉक में बेसिकली आप जब उसको ड्राई वेट बेसिस में न्यूट्रिशन प्रोफाइल निकालोगे आप, उसमें 35% प्रोटीन है और उसमें एवरेज 1% फैट है, और साथ में क्या है उसमें विटामिन मिनरल्स अवेलेबल है, particularly phosphorus. Phosphorus is very important to make our fish or shrimp shiny, looks good. Okay, that is very important. और क्या है, बायोफ्लॉक के प्रोडक्शन इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल में हम लोग जब कर सकते हैं तब हम लोग फिश मिल और इवन हम लोग सोयाबीन मिल के भी रिप्लेसमेंट कर सकते हैं. यही चीज यहाँ पर हम लोग बोले हैं. You can say, which is having 35% protein, 1% fat, and different source of vitamins and minerals are present. Okay, now my question is, in biofloc, why we only talk about catfishes, why not about carps? बायोफ्लॉक में आप लोग जितना यूट्यूब देखोगे, नहीं तो जितने आप सुनोगे, हर कोई बोलते हैं आप उसमें सिंगी पालो, तिलापिया पालो, पंगास पालो. उसमें क्यों नहीं बोलते आप उसमें रोहू, कतला, मृगाल पालो? क्यों? कोई बता सकते हैं?
Sir, actually, carp species are not used क्योंकि वो लो ऑक्सीजन एनवायरनमेंट में.
अच्छा, आप लोग you can say one by one, no problem. Yeah, please, anyone.
Because you prepare catfishes due to its lungfishes, no. It's difficult to culture in gillfishes are difficult to culture in biofloc.
Why? Why? My question is why. And why?
It's DO problems will arise in a certain biofloc. That's why maybe
Okay.
lungfishes are better when cultured to
Okay.
gillfishes.
Okay. Anything else?
And on one more thing,
Yeah. Please.
and one more thing, the biofloc means different bacteria. Everything is there, no. Maybe gillfishes are will face any problem like any bacterial disease like this.
Okay. Anything else? Good point.
So I think catfishes are more resistive to all kinds of the surroundings in the water, like in any kind of water they can survive, or any type of they have more resistance to any kind of survivability factors that are present in the biofloc, better
Okay.
than the carps.
Okay, fine. So you 3% have give me wonderful answers, and I will just connect it bit streamline way so that everyone can understand. So I will first say in Hindi, बायोफ्लॉक में हम लोग क्यों कैटफिश पालते हैं, क्यों उसमें रोहू, कतला, मृगल, कमन कार्प ये सब नहीं पालते हैं? उसका बेसिक कारण है, मैंने शुरू में बोला, बायोफ्लॉक का कल्चर के टैंक के स्पेस कम है, कम जगह में आप ज्यादा डेंसिटी में बहुत संख्या में हम लोग मछली पालते हैं. और सेकंड क्या बोला, कम समय में आपको हार्वेस्ट करना है। आप देखोगे रोहू कतला आप 100 ग्राम करके लेके जाओगे मार्केट में, उसमें कोई मार्केट प्राइस नहीं है, मगर आप जब कैटफिश को 100 ग्राम करके मार्केट लेके जाओगे उसके लिए अच्छा दाम है, 300-400 रुपया बेच जाते हैं। ठीक है, इस कारण से। और सेकंड, जैसे बहुत लोग बोला, बायोफ्लॉक में कभी कभी ऑक्सीजन की कमी हो सकता है, इसलिए हमारे जो कैटफिश है उसमें एयर ब्रीदिंग ऑर्गन होते हैं, वो लोग हवा से भी ऑक्सीजन ले सकते हैं, इसलिए हम लोग उसमें एयर ब्रीदिंग फिशेस सजेस्ट करते हैं। और उसमें और क्या करते हैं, और हमारे एयर ब्रीदिंग जितने फिशेस है उसको हम लोग हाई डेंसिटी में टैंक के अंदर रख सकते हैं, रोहू कतला को कर नहीं सकते। सो नाउ इन इंग्लिश, so in biofloc we can only culture catfishes because they are air breathing fish, so they can take directly, atmospheric oxygen through their air breathing organ, and they can directly, survive even the low DO and high density. And biofloc is basically a low space, high density, and a short period of culture. In the catfish, their grow out culture is very short, 30 days to 45 days or 60 days. But for the rohu katla, the grow out culture period is much longer. And to grow rohu katla 1 kilo, we cannot put even 3,000 number in a 10,000 liter of water, fishes, because they won't be growing like that big for the rohu katla. But 3,000 number of singi, magur, tilapia we can put for our biofloc. So that's why we always promote catfishes in biofloc rather than carps. Okay, so I have mentioned also here, mention is IMC generally not recommended for culture biofloc. However, fishes comes under catfish and carnivorous category like pangasius, tilapia, Vietnamese koi, magur, singi, tangra, etc. are most suitable for farming in the biofloc system. तो स्पीसीज सुइटेबिलिटी पैरामीटर क्या है? फिश का जो सुइटेबल पैरामीटर है वो झुंड में रहे, गंदा पानी क्वालिटी में भी रह जाए, और हाई डेंसिटी में भी हम लोग उसको कल्चर कर सकते। व्हाट आर द पैरामीटर फॉर सुइटेबल स्पीसीज सिलेक्शन? इट शुड बी हाई डेंसिटी, दे कैन सर्वाइव even the poor water quality, they can survive, and also high solids, or maybe I should say the dissolved solid present in the water also doesn't have a hamper to them. So all these perspective are good with tilapia, pangas, and the catfish, marel. So we can do this particular kind of fish species. There is a difference between operation of pond and operation of biofloc. What is the difference? Can anybody tell me by seeing the photo? What is the difference?
Biofloc is done in a small area and pond culture is done in a vast area.
Okay.
It's
Anything else?
completely visible.
So biofloc is artificial and pond is a natural water body.
By seeing these two photo, we can make a differentiate why biofloc tank and the pond system. Pond system is much more labor intensive. There is a poaching and poisoning in the pond system, but biofloc we can control all kind of parameters, even the biosecurity also, for our own hand, for our own stock. Up to this, any questions? Now we'll move to the other part of the presentation, so where we'll talk about different kind of systems. Any questions on this? Any question? अभी तक जितना मैंने बोला उसमें कोई क्वेश्चन है आप लोग के? You can unmute, you can even say also if you want to tell me.
Sir, I want to know the area the amount of area required to set up this culture tank of biofloc.
Now I am coming to your point. I'll start it. Anything else? जो मैंने अभी डिस्कस किया उसके ऊपर कोई क्वेश्चन? Whatever I have discussed, any questions on that? Because if you clear the first part, second part will be much more clear for you. If it is not there, then I consider myself as a good teacher. I can, penetrate all of your brain at least. So now let's talk about what all kind of different models are available in Biofloc. So there are, which we can see very much more common. This is like a tarpaulin tanks. Then we have, uh, mm, uh, uh, basically iron made of structures of also liner based tanks. Then we have cemented tanks. We have some reused plastic tanks which cut and make it. And also we have now pond is fitted with plastic sheet. That also I will show you at the last, where I will tell you about green biofloc technology and brown biofloc technology. So before I start, I like to talk about what all the materials you need. So you need, first I have mentioned some tarpaulins, which where we can store the water. Then you need a structure to be designed where you can hold the water. Then you need some ammonia test kit, EMOF cone to calculate the bacteria quantity. Then you need weighing skill to know about your fish's growth on regular basis. Then you need a pH meter to understand the water pH is. Then you need TDS meter. Then you need the temperature meter or thermometer or a digital thermometer to understand the temperature differences. Then you need some uh, aerators which basically help you to get oxygen, which is called like a air pump or air blower. Then you need some diffuser which basically help the air to be diffused into the water. Then we need some diffuser, and to connect air pump with diffuser we need some air pipe by which air will be passed on. Okay, so now I'll go step by step. Okay, so I have mentioned biofloc technology. I mentioned its principle, its way, how it works, what is the nutrition status. Then I have mentioned the how to start a biofloc technology. Then I have talked about what all the things you needed. Now let's go and see step by step now how to start this execution part. So in the biofloc, first step is tank setup. Okay, so how do the tank setup? Please see the photos very well. You will be is a self-explaining photos, and we have done this works in many part of the country during the COVID, and even also now also we are working. So you please understand the photos. First, you need a place where there should not be water, should not be stagnant. There should be not be any flood situations. The place should be easy communicable with the road, and there should be electricity connections. If you have such lands, then you look for a place. So 10,000 liter tanks, if we talk about, is a very common calculation. 10,000 liter means 4 meter dia, 1.2 meter height. 4 meter dia you can work out. So you can take like a 2 meter this side, 2 meter that side. Middle you have a point. That middle point will be considered your middle of the tank point, by which basically wastewater will be go out of your tank system. So first you do a leveling, then get your middle point, then you put a one round of bricks, make it 2 round of bricks, and that pipe need to be get also one more round of the top. Then you fix the outlet pipe like this. Then this way you can fix your ground part. This part is not necessary that every time you have to put bricks or something for plastering. Even you can do with sand, do a 45-degree angle in these four corners. And though the places where there is a big rat issues, big rats are there, they are coming up and they are eating up your tarpaulin. There you need to work out like this. Okay, other places you can just simple go with sand also. Okay, once your plaster is done, then you can do the final polishing of your ground. Then the middle of the pipe is there. Then you have put 6 to 7 rods where you will be fixing a iron mesh. That iron mesh is basically will hold your tank, okay, with the water. So iron mesh will be fixed with this particular structure, and it will be fixed with this iron. One is fixed, then your iron mesh will be fixed like this, and it will be welding with this particular structure. And in the top of this iron mesh, it will be very sharp, right? So for that we will be cut our cycle tubes and will be fix it at the top of this like this, and so that the sharp part should not come out. Inside we will put another one which is called a liner. Liner is something so your major main tarpaulin tank should not get disturbed. So this is a liner. Top of this particular sheet will be placed, so that if anything happens, or maybe anybody knowingly or unknowingly just put something like a sharp things, your tank may be leak. Okay, to get rid of, we can put a inner liner at the outsides. And by seeing this photo, you can see there is a 45-degree angle for your biofloc system already, where easily we can do the drainage part and we can collect our wastes. Now let's come to the step 2. Step 2 is all about your aeration device or the air blower. For bigger project, my suggestion will be go with ring blower. And some commercial big project of 50 tanks or 100 tanks, maybe go with even root blower. For the smaller tank, maybe 1 or 2, you can go with commercial pump, which is called LP100, HAP20, Risan, that kind of models. Okay, so but bigger products, you need such kind of air should be blown in a such way that it should reach each part of the tank and each corner. And now this is our diffuser tube and this is our diffuser stone. So those places where you have a ring blower, my suggestion will be to keep as a diffuser tubes, and the places where you have small pump, my suggestion will be to put as a small air stone like this. And by seeing this photo, my suggestion also will be never cover your whole tank under a dark room. There should be little bit of at least sunlight should penetrate over your tank, where unicellular algae also should come up and it should grow. Anything on this till now? Anything? Any question?
सर जो हमारे बायोफ्लॉक टैंक्स हैं उसके
अच्छा,
ऊपर मैं देख रहा हूँ ग्रीन शेड स्ट्रक्चर हमने प्लेस किया हुआ है, उसका
राइट।
क्या फायदा है और क्यों
अच्छा,
और कैसे?
अच्छा, ग्रीन शेड जो स्ट्रक्चर हम लोग बना के रखे हैं, उस स्ट्रक्चर
ऊपर
में क्या हुआ है, सनलाइट जैसे हमारे टैंक के ऊपर डायरेक्ट पेनिट्रेट ना करे। जब सनलाइट हमारे टैंक के ऊपर पेनिट्रेट करेगा, उसमें मोटा एल्गी आएगा। मगर हम लोग को मोटा एल्गी ग्रो नहीं करना है, हम लोग को यूनिसेलुलर पतला, एकदम पतला से पतला वाला एल्गी ग्रो करना है। मोटा एल्गी आएगा तो पानी से ऑक्सीजन लेगा, पानी से ऑक्सीजन लेगा तो ऑक्सीजन की कमी होगा और फिश के गिल्स में प्रॉब्लम आएगा तो फिश मरेगा। इसलिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक ग्रीन शेड नेट देते हैं। ग्रीन शेड नेट में भी बहुत सारे वैरायटी है, कोई बोलता है 90% है, 50%, 70%, 80% है। वो डिपेंड करते हैं कौन सा फिश आप उसमें पाल रहे हैं। सो we should put a net or we should cover the top surface. Even the direct rainwater should not fall down over your tank. If it is fall down, there will be a pH fluctuation will be there. If there is a pH fluctuation, there will be disease outbreak. Fish will not take their proper food right time, so you may have some issues also. Okay, so मैंने आपको टैंक कैसे बनाना है, टैंक कैसे लगाना है, टैंक में एरिएशन कैसे लगाना है अभी बताएंगे, कैसे आप उसमें पानी भरना है। ठीक है, so now let's talk about water filling up. So the tank has to be filled up with borewell water. Ensure that oxygen supply through the aeration system still continue over the tank. Check the water parameters. Whenever you take any water, Never put pond water in your biofloc tank. Never put some drainage water. Always try to take borewell water or submersible pump water, or maybe river connection water, like that. Don't take the water which is polluted. Ultimately it will create tank pollution inside your tank. Okay, and always check the parameters. What the water parameters is very important for the biofloc initial stage is pH, ammonia, alkalinity, hardness and iron, which is very crucial parameter before you stock the fish. After you stock the fish, you can look for pH, ammonia, nitrate, nitrite, like that, and DO, very important, dissolve oxygen. Okay, then preparation and application of fermented carbon organic, which is called FCO. बेसिकली एफसीओ हम लोग किसको बोलते हैं? ए मैं जो अभी आपको शुरू में बोला था, बायोफ्लॉक मतलब एक बेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया का मिक्सचर है। तो हम लोग इस मिक्सचर को कैसे पानी में रेडी करके देंगे, ये जो प्रोसेस है इसको बेसिकली एफसीओ कहा जाते हैं। और एफसीओ इज बेसिकली द fermentation process where we add some carbohydrate source and some your beneficial bacteria growth to promote beneficial bacteria, which is basically ultimately help our tank bacteria growth. This whole process is mentioned as a FCO. उसके बाद क्या करना है? Recheck the water parameters. All the parameters are okay, then we can stock the fish and shrimp. मगर मैंने यहाँ पर दो चीज नहीं बोला। एक चीज है, आपके टैंक में पीएच कम रहेगा तो आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप उसमें चूना दे सकते हो, लाइम। चूना देने से क्या होगा, पीएच आपका बढ़ेगा और पीएच जैसे थोड़ा सा बढ़ेगा, आप पीएच मीटर पीएच लिक्विड के साथ माप के उसको मोटा मोटी 7 से 7.5 के बीच रखना है। और आपके टैंक में एक न्यूट्रल एनवायरनमेंट बनाने के लिए हम लोग रॉ सॉल्ट यूज करते हैं। रॉ सॉल्ट क्यों यूज करते हैं? रॉ सॉल्ट हमारे जो टैंक में बाकी जो हमारे डिजॉल्व सॉलिड्स हैं और जो मिनरल्स हैं उसके लेवल बढ़ाते हैं, और टोटल डिजॉल्व सॉलिड के लेवल जब बढ़ाते हैं उसके टीडीएस इंप्रूव होते हैं। जब टीडीएस इंप्रूव होते हैं उसमें अनबेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया ग्रोथ नहीं होते। इस कारण से वी शुड यूज lime and raw salt before we prepare the FCO, and then we check the water again and we'll put the fish and shrimp again. Okay, then we'll this fermentation process is basically we need to done in different tank, not in the culture tank. जहां पर आप मछली छोड़ोगे उसमें आपको बेसिकली फर्मेंटेशन नहीं करना है। फर्मेंटेशन करने के लिए आप अलग से कोई टैंक ले लो, उसमें आपको फर्मेंटेशन आप इजीली कर सकते हो। उसमें आपको बेसिकली 48 आवर्स टू 72 आवर्स आपको फर्मेंटेशन करना है, और उसमें थोड़ा सा एरिएशन भी देके रखना है। फर्मेंटेशन हैज टू बी डन डिफरेंट टैंक वेयर दे आर प्रोवाइडेड बाय ए लिटिल एरिएशंस, mild aeration with 48 to 72 hours. You need to ferment it. Why 48 to 72 hours? Can anybody tell me why the fermentation should not go even for 5 days or 10 days? Anybody? क्योंकि in bacteria microbiological growth, on third day bacteria growth rate is much higher at the peak. That's why we always suggest on 48 or 72 hours you should use your bacteria inoculum in your culture tank. Okay, then again we'll check the carbon nitrogen ratio. Carbon nitrogen ratio, how to check carbon nitrogen ratio? Basically we can take care or check by EMOF cone. EMOF cone is nothing but bacteria measurements system. I'll show you in next few slides, and by doing so we can understand that our FCO and our fishes or the shrimps, they are interacting with each other not, or bacteria started their uh, growth or yet or not. Okay, so that's why we are doing so. This particular the example of EMOF cone measurement, that is very important. Okay, I just like to hang here for a minute. If any question is there, do let me know. So अभी मैं उसको थोड़ा सा सबके लिए हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ, जिन लोग को बेसिकली कैसे बायोफ्लॉक में आप पानी की तैयारी और साथ में एफसीओ जो बेसिकली बैक्टीरिया का आपका काम करना है उसको आपको कैसे करना है, ठीक है। इसमें फर्स्ट जो आपको करना है, कभी भी आप नदी का पानी मान के चलिए, आपने मान के चलिए कोई गंदा पानी, ये सब पंप करके टैंक में मत डालिएगा। आपको हमेशा जो चीज करना है उसमें आपको सब हमेशा एक चीज याद रखना है, आपको उसमें बोरवेल का पानी, साफ सुथरा पानी आप उसमें हमेशा रखना है। सेकेंड जो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है उसमें इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है, जब पानी आप भरेंगे उसके पहले आपके टैंक में ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई के साधन होना चाहिए, ऑक्सीजन उसमें कंटिन्यूएशन मूव होना चाहिए। और जो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है उसमें आप जब पानी भरने के पहले आपको बेसिकली पानी के वाटर क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स चेक करना है। वाटर क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स चेक करने से आपको क्या क्या पैरामीटर चेक करना है, उसमें आपको पीएच, एमोनिया, नाइट्रेट, नाइट्राइट, एल्कलिनिटी, हार्डनेस और आयरन। नाइट्रेट इनिशियल स्टेज में एकदम पानी भरने के टाइम में जरूरत नहीं है, उस टाइम में आपको क्या जरूरत पड़ेगा, आपको देखना है एल्कलिनिटी और हार्डनेस पानी का सही है नहीं है। एल्कलिनिटी हार्डनेस पानी में सही नहीं है, पीएच भी तब डिफरेंस आएगा, और पीएच सही नहीं है तब आपको देखना है जैसे उसमें आपको अमोनिया है और नहीं है। ये तीन चार चीज आपको एकदम इनिशियली आपको मछली छोड़ने के पहले आपको देखना है। उसके बाद क्या करना है, उसके बाद आपको एफसीओ बनाना है। एफसीओ का अर्थ क्या हुआ, एफसीओ का अर्थ यहाँ पर हुआ आपके फार्मेंटेड कार्बन ऑर्गेनिक्स। उसका सिंपल भाषा में मैं बोलूं, बैक्टीरिया आप कैसे बनाओगे, बैक्टीरिया कैसे आप बनाओगे, उसका जो प्रोसेस है इसको हम लोग बेसिकली एफसीओ बोलते हैं। उसमें आपको बेसिकली जो चीज चाहिए उसमें लिए आपको बेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया चाहिए जो मार्केट में अवेलेबल है। आप में अभी कोई बोल सकते हैं मैं कैसे बैक्टीरिया बनाऊं, ऐसे बनाऊं, मैं आपको बोलूंगा मार्केट में अभी कमर्शियली बहुत सारे प्रोबायोटिक अवेलेबल है, आप उसको यूज करिए। और सेकेंड आप क्या करिए, उसके बाद उसको कोई कार्बन सोर्स के साथ जुड़िए। कार्बन सोर्स बहुत सारे मार्केट में है, जैसे आपके चीनी हो सकते हैं, उसमें आपके मीठा हो सकता है जिसको हम लोग गुड़ बोलते हैं, मोलासेस हो सकते हैं, जेगरी हो सकते हैं, कोई भी, ठीक है। और उसका क्या रेशियो है क्या नहीं है मैं फिर उसको लास्ट में बताऊंगा, जस्ट ये प्रोसेस में अभी आपको बोल के एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ। उसके बाद क्या करना है, ये सब करने के बाद उसको 3 दिन आपको 3 डेज से उसको फार्मेंट करना है, एक छोटा सा ड्रम में, नहीं तो एक छोटा सा टैंक में, जिसके माध्यम से आप बेसिकली उसमें छोटा सा हल्का सा एरिएशन लगा के रखिएगा, उससे बैक्टीरिया धीमा धीमा करके बढ़ेगा। 3rd डे में बैक्टीरिया का ग्रोथ सबसे ज्यादा होता है। उस दिन आप क्या करना है, बैक्टीरिया का वो जो पानी है उस पानी को बेसिकली आपके मेन जो कल्चर टैंक है जिसमें आप बेसिकली मछली छोड़ने वाले हैं उसमें आपको छोड़ना है। उसमें आप क्या क्या छोड़ सकते हैं, उसमें मछली छोड़ सकते हैं, झींगा छोड़ सकते हैं, कोई भी चीज। उसे छोड़ने के बाद धीमा धीमा करके आपके बड़ा जो टैंक जिसमें मछली है अभी उसमें बैक्टीरिया ग्रो होना चालू करेगा। बैक्टीरिया ग्रो होने के लिए क्या चाहिए, उसको बेसिकली आपको कार्बन और नाइट्रोजन के रेशियो मेंटेन करना है। कार्बन नाइट्रोजन के रेशियो मैंने शुरू में ही आपको बोला 15 से 20:1, मतलब 1 भाग नाइट्रोजन के लिए 15 से 20 भाग आपको कार्बन चाहिए। उस रेशियो में आप जब देखोगे उसको कैसे आप मापोगे और देखोगे, उसको इमोफ कोन के माध्यम से हम लोग बेसिकली मापते हैं। कैसे मापते हैं मैं लास्ट में दिखाऊंगा। उसके बाद हम लोग को देखना है हमारे जो मछली है और झींगा है वो खाता है नहीं खाता है, ठीक है। उसके बाद हम लोग को देखना है उसमें कोई बीमारी है नहीं है, ठीक है। उसके बाद हम लोग को लास्ट में जाके उसको हार्वेस्ट करके मार्केट में बेचना है, ठीक है। अभी नाउ the another important part is what are the optimum range of water parameters for this particular biofloc culture. The temperature should be always more than 20 to 32 degrees Celsius. Okay, temperature less than 22 degrees Celsius or less than 16 degrees Celsius, fishes will die. They will have lots of disease. Or to improve the temperature, we can use heaters. DO 5 to 8 milligram per liter, less than 5 milligram per liter होने से आपको एयर पंप चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा है उसको देखना है. Ammonia level always should be less than 1 milligram per liter. pH should be 7.5 to 8.5. Less than pH 7.5 is always good. That time we should use our lime. Then TDS, which for that we use raw salt. TDS should be 400 to 1400 milligram per liter. TDS less than 300 means we need to add raw salt. Kitna mein, how much quantity of raw salt need to be added and all, I'll tell you at the last before I ending the sessions as a tips. Okay. आपको जब बायोफ्लॉक में मछली पालना हो आपको कुछ कुछ चीज बहुत ध्यान रखना है. टेम्परेचर 16 डिग्री 20 डिग्री टेम्परेचर आपका यहाँ पर है तो आपको हीटर लगाना है पानी में. ऑक्सीजन डीओ लेवल में 5 से 8 मिलीग्राम पर लीटर के ऊपर आपको मेंटेन करना है. एमोनिया जो आपके हैं एमोनिया शुड बी ऑलवेज लेस देन 1, एकदम कम से कम होना चाहिए एमोनिया. उसके बाद और क्या है उसमें आपका पीएच 7.5 से 8.5 होना चाहिए. टीडीएस 400 से 1400 मिलीग्राम पर लीटर होना चाहिए. एक छोटा सा टिप्स बता दूं, जो लोग इंटरेस्ट है और सुन रहे हैं और आप नोट कर सकते हैं. जिस जिस मछली के बदन के ऊपर स्केल है उनके लिए टीडीएस 400 से 600 मिलीग्राम पर लीटर सफिशिएंट है. जिनके फिश के ऊपर स्केल नहीं है उनको बेसिकली 800 से 1000 मेंटेन करना है. Those fishes are scaleless. For them need to manage your TDS higher, more than 800 to 1000 milligram per liter. Those fishes are having scales. We need to maintain for them less TDS, even 300 to 400 is sufficient. Can anybody mention one scaleless fish and non-scaleless fish? एक scale fish और एक scaleless fish. कोई जानते हैं कौन सा मछली के ऊपर ए है स्केल है और कौन सा फिश के ऊपर स्केल नहीं है?
Carp having scale and pangasius or magur fishes having no scale.
Right, good. Okay, thank you. So मैंने जैसे आपको शुरू में बोला था how to prepare FCO. So here is the direction of the FCO preparation. Take clean tub oblique can with 50 liters of water and continuous vigorous aeration should be given before just putting the water in the particular tub. Add 900 gram of molasses for as a carbon source and 300 gram of Biofloc, any Biofloc probiotic. Here I have mentioned our brand name, but anywhere you can mention any of the probiotic. That is around 300 gram. So why this 900 gram and 300 grams? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what is why it should not be 1000 and 100 like that? Why 900 and 300? There is a logic behind it. Does anybody knows it? कोई जानते हैं?
No,
Sir,
sir.
for water sees to N ratio.
Sorry, please.
Sir, for the C's to N ratio.
Somewhat right. Yes. Somewhat right.
So to manage the toxicity level or
okay, why 900 gram and 300 gram? In heterotrophic bacteria, they multiply 30 times higher than the other autotrophic bacteria. That's why we always do a calculation here for 3 times higher. This is one. Second is another part. If we talk about the CN ratio, I have mentioned about 50:1. So it comes around like 5 times higher. So you can start with 3 times or 5 times higher with the ratio of calculating your carbon source and your bacteria ratio. Ultimately, it will help you to give better microbial bacteria growth in your system. We basically do this kind of calculation. So this is just basic a farmers interaction platform. So like how to start a farmer. So scientifically you can go with 5 times higher with nitrogen against the carbon, or maybe 3 times higher nitrogen against the carbon. So ideal volume for the flock for the imofcone is 10 to 50 ml per liter for the shrimp, and for fish is 25 to 35 ml per liter. Shrimp is basically filter feeders and planktovorous. They drink more water. They take more such kind of bacteria, unicellular algae and all. But fish, they are taking other feed and also this as a supplementary to them. So that's why in the shrimp culture we need to maintain very high, even a continuous ratio of good carbon nitrogen ratio to generate a good bacteria. So some of the cautions to be follow up: do not use pond water, never use quick lime, do not use food grade salt, means Tata salt, Annapurna salt is no use. नमक देना है रॉ सॉल्ट. क्यों रॉ सॉल्ट? एकदम साइंस के बैकग्राउंड के क्वेश्चन है स्कूल लेवल. Why raw salt?
Because in rock salt, absence of iodine. Iodine is harmful for the fishes.
Okay, very nice. Iodine is harmful for fishes, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Why raw salt? क्यों raw salt हम लोग यूज करेंगे यहाँ पर? टाटा सॉल्ट क्यों नहीं? raw salt में आयोडीन
it takes to time for dissolve in the water. That's why it can be used.
Okay, raw salt present having iodine or no iodine?
No iodine.
No iodine.
Raw salt.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Tata salt is having iodine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So iodine is considered a heavy metal, right? So the heavy metals, what they do, heavy metals basically they stop the oxygen supply in the fish body. Okay. So when they stop the fish body oxygen supply, which goes via blood, the fish start suffocating and fish die. So that's why we'll always use raw salt. And raw salt, another person, it helps in ionizing your water. Ultimately, it creates a healthy, beneficial bacteria growth environment, and no other unbeneficial bacteria cannot grow in that system. Okay. And which is most important in the biofloc system, 24/7, there should be radiation supply. It means there should be power supply. Okay. So these are some of the very important things we need to be considered. So I have talked about introduction part. I have talked about importance of biofloc. I have talked about the tank setup and all. Now let's talk about some of the farm management plan. What all the farm management plan is: check water parameters daily and regular, aeration flow pumps daily regular, feed intake ratio regular, fish health regular, check working performance of worker regular. Very important. Most of the biofloc project in India failed. Commercial level, those people have invested the money is because of the guy doesn't know how to grow fish. He has money, so he put the money and he was looking for someone else who will be taking care of the whole project, and someone is looking for some other people who will be taking care of the whole project. So if you doesn't have a good professional people, you cannot run a professional business. Fisheries is a professional business. It's not like एक पौधा जाके लगा दिया, पानी दे ना दे भगवान के नाम पर, उससे फल निकलेगा. This is not like this. Okay. Check fish biomass weekly, calculate FCR. FCR means food conversion ratio, means how much I feed the fish, how much biomass the fish is developing. So that ratio is also very important. And also check the settling solid, which is called floc, means carbon nitrogen ratio, means ultimately the bacteria interaction and their growth perspective. I think this is not important. Some of the products which use in Biofloc. Now let's talk about step 3. So first step I mentioned about tank preparation. Second step I talk about aerations and supply. Then third is how to do the water treatment. So now first we need to add based on the water pH. We are calculating the lime dose, and biolime is basically a pure carbon source. Okay, so we are using based on that calculation and mixing with water, we are spreading all over the tank. Second is our probiotic. Then we are taking a drum of 50 liter, we are putting based on calculation the probiotic, the your probiotic powder, and also we have added molasses as per that, and we are just connected to a air pipe to provide mild aeration to that. Then we mixing this probiotic and spreading all over the tank where there is a continuous aeration going on, and this is a continuous aeration going on inside the water, inside the room where there is a less light penetration. Then your water color will be something like this, brownish color, which ultimately indicates that you have a very good bacteria growth inside your tank. Then step 4 is which type of fish you will do and what kind of stocking ratio you will be maintaining. So before you put any fish, you need to sanitize the fish with potassium permanganate like this. Then you release the fish slowly inside the tank. And what is the ratio of calculation of the seeds? I will calculate it at the last. I will show you that calculation at the last. Then that the part is how we can maintain the carbon source in our tank, which is called carbon nitrogen ratio. This chart is very important to understand. Higher the protein, lesser the carbon nitrogen ratio. Lesser the protein, better the carbon nitrogen ratio. So you please understand this chart is very well. This is also another reason why Biofloc technology failed. It's because we used to think like if we give more high protein feed, our fishes will be more healthy. We'll sell the fish within next month like that. No, higher the protein, lesser the carbon nitrogen ratio means you have higher ammonia generation system. Lesser the protein means better carbon and nitrogen ratio. It means that you have less nitrogen compound, less ammonia, and more bacteria growth. We have done some calculation, and this calculation I think won't be important for you, but this chart might be very important for you to understand. Carbon nitrogen ratio 10:1. It means 120 gram 0.96 gram of carbon into 10 times need to be added. So it means like 1260 gram of carbon we need. So we can minus this. So minus 0 carbon need. So by doing so, we can calculate how exact amount of carbon to be added to our particular tank system. These ratios, if the carbon sources are a bit higher, that's not a problem. My practical suggestion will be always try to add little bit higher carbon, which ultimately help the bacteria growth to be faster. Sugar content 42% of carbon, molasses content 22% of carbon. So if you calculate in 1 kg of sugar, we get 420 gram of carbon. 1 kg of molasses, we get 220 gram of carbon. So to maintain CN ratio of 12:1, we need just into it, then we will get this 191.52 gram of carbon. Okay, this is basically the formula. I'll show another one which is very important to calculate, and do based on your TAN. TAN means total ammonia nitrogen. What is the difference between TAN, nitrate, nitrite, and ammonia? TAN means total ammonia nitrogen. It means all the nitrogenous compound all together present, that calculations. So I am calculating for basically in Biofloc tank we need to maintain 2 ppm as a TAN. For 10,000 liter of tank, 2 ppm matlab 20,000 milligram TAN we need to maintain. Convert this milligram into gram, so it means 20 gram of TAN is present. For calculating how much carbon I need to add it for 20 gram of TAN is CN ratio 10:1 means 10 into 20. So means 200 gram of carbon need to add it. This, okay. CN ratio 12:1 means 12 into 20 means here this, okay, because 1 gram of, we have already calculated 1 gram of TAN to convert into 20 gram of TAN is we need 240 gram of carbon. 50:1, 50 into 20 means 300 gram of carbon we need to add. So we can add 615 gram of sugar or maybe 1230 gram of molasses as per the calculation I have mentioned before. And I think this chart everybody can take a snapshot, and this is very important. Nobody need to calculate anything, and this is standardized already. For 8 ppm of ammonia 10,000 liter, you need to add 2 kg 460 gram of sugar, and double of that is molasses. 4 ppm 1 kg 230 gram of sugar and double the molasses. 2 ppm 1 ppm 0.5 ppm 0.3 up to 0.5 ppm is mentioned. 0.03 gram of sugar or 0.06 gram of molasses required to manage 1 ppm of ammonia in 1 liter of water. Okay, so this snapshot is already standardized. Anybody can follow this as a thumb rule. Maintaining carbon nitrogen ratio 50:1. Okay, these are the basically the bacteria production, molasses production, mixing the molasses with oxygenations, and this is the carbon nitrogen ratio checking. This is called EMOF cone, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 ml, 20 ml, 30 ml, 40 ml, even the 50 ml also available. And the whole cone itself is 1,000 ml. So 1 liter of water, we can calculate how much level of precipitation of bacteria is getting down. By doing so, we can calculate our CN ratio. So now let's talk about the size of the fish. Your biofloc size of the fish is very important. Try to keep same kind of size of the fish is very, very important. Don't put different variety, different size of fish in your biofloc tank. You cannot expect a good growth out of it. What is the calculation of the biomass? How you will calculate how many number of fish you will be putting? कैसे आप calculate करोगे कितना मछली मुझे छोड़ना है 10,000 लीटर के टैंक में? टैंक वॉल्यूम divided by biomass factor is equal to biomass. 10,000 लीटर है मेरा टैंक का साइज, and biomass factor is 10. 10 मतलब 10 months के कल्चर है, 8 month के कल्चर है, 6 महीने का है, 5 month का है. तो कि मैं मुझे कितना मछली निकालना है? 1000 kg बायोमास निकालना है. अब 1000 kg बायोमास को मुझे 250 ग्राम करके मार्केट में बेचना है, मतलब 4 पीस में 1 किलो. तो मुझे क्या करना है? 1000 kg डिवाइडेड बाय 0.250 मतलब 4000 पीस मछली उसमें हम लोग छोड़ सकते हैं, वो भी 10 महीना के लिए. दिस इज द कैलकुलेशन. कोई क्वेश्चंस? एनीबॉडी वांट टू आस्क मी एनीथिंग ऑन दिस? हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द सीड? Okay, if it is there is no questions, no problem. Okay, उसके बाद क्या है? Step 7 में monitoring and control of biofloc development. Every time you need to focus on your fish health, its growth, and your EMOF cone density. This is very, very important to understand your fishes are growing or not, your carbon nitrogen ratio at the right level or not. Water quality parameters also very important. So your pH, ammonia, DO is very important to take care and check. This is one of our biofloc unit very long back. where you can see in the EMOF cone, there is a more than 50, more than 50 ml of your biofloc compounds are present. It indicates that our fishes are not eating our bacteria, and they are only eating the commercial feed. To do so, we can stop the feed and ask them to have it. So when the fish will feel hungry, they will automatically feed on your microbial protein. So let's talk about some of the diseases. In biofloc, there are many diseases due to poor water quality management, poor management tips, and poor technical knowledge. I should also add here, poor technical knowledge also handling. So in that perspective, there are lots of disease comes, and some of the diseases I have shown here. And in biofloc, you need to start your partial harvesting from second month, means 60 days onwards or maybe 45 days onwards. Bigger the fish, start sell the fish. Okay, even the lesser quality, and biofloc is a live fish we can sell in the market. So start from your own locality, then you connect to the market later on if you have number of tanks are higher. Then there is a concept of brown water biofloc technology. Brown means where the water is more brown because of your no sunlight penetration can go inside to it. So that's why its water is always brown because of the molasses. And biofloc can also empower not only unemployed youth, or maybe somebody wants to do a partial income. It also can empower our didis. The ladies and the women empowerment also can be done through it. And this is called green water biofloc technology, where we can put the plastic sheets, make the ponds ready, and based on the sunlight and the probiotic what we give, your fishes will be start growing it. Some of our achievements and all I'll show you. We are very old company, and I think some of the people also know me very well. And I'm into this fisheries business for last 15 years, and I am running Aqua solution for last 6 years. And we are accelerated with lots of institutions. And those people wants to connect us learn about biofloc more. We have a detailed biofloc presentation in our YouTube channel, and also in our Facebook page, and also Instagram. You can find us, that is Aqua Doctor Solutions. Those people are there in the Facebook, LinkedIn, and others. They can also connect me as a Debtanu Barman, and I'll be happy to connect and learn from all of you. And these are our numbers for further reaching. Our website address is changed. I'll drop it in the presentations chat box for all of your concern. Thank you so much. If anything is there, you can still ask. Thank you.
Very informative presentation, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
सर एक्चुअली आई वांट टू नो, सर आप कोई वर्कशॉप या ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं क्या इसके रिगार्डिंग?
हाँ, हमारे वर्कशॉप भी होते हैं, हमारे इंटर्नशिप भी हैं, और साथ में हमारे ट्रेनिंग भी हम लोग ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं समर मंथ के टाइम में। एक्चुअली है समर मंथ मीन्स जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर 4 महीना में हम लोग करते हैं मोटा मोटी 10-15 आदमी के बैच के अनुसार। तो आप लोग ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं हमारे।
सर अगर हम आपका जो प्लांट है जहाँ पे आप ये सेटअप कर रखे हैं, क्या हम वहाँ विजिट कर सकते हैं?
एकदम। आप कब आना चाहते हैं? अभी ठंडा के टाइम में हमारे अभी काम बंद है, हम लोग अभी फिर काम चालू कर रहे हैं फरवरी के मंथ से। आप जून जुलाई के आसपास है ना, ट्राई करिए हम लोग को विजिट करने के लिए। उस टाइम में आप एक्टिविटी भी देख सकते हो, और उसके बिना भी हम लोग और क्या क्या एक्सेस और भी क्या क्या करते हैं एक्स्ट्रा, वो भी आप लोग जान सकते हो। और हमारे लिंक्डइन के प्रोफाइल भी मैं चैट बॉक्स में डाला हूँ। दोज पीपल वांट टू कनेक्ट मी एंड ऐड मी कैन कनेक्ट। Online training also we do. We are launching a app very soon. आप सबको लिए मैं बता दूं, हमारे एक ऐप लॉन्च हो रहे हैं बहुत जल्दी, जिसका नाम है ई-फिश ट्यूटर, जिसके माध्यम से आप लोग मल्टी लैंग्वेज में मछली पालन के ऊपर आप लोग वर्चुअल ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम अटेंड कर सकते हैं।
Sir, please provide your contact number and email also, sir. Please,
okay,
sir.
I'll drop my mail ID
and contact number, sir.
आप लोग के बीच में कोई क्वेश्चंस नहीं है तो मैं
Sir,
समझता हूँ मैं आपको अच्छे पढ़ा नहीं पाया, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन भी नहीं।
नहीं
I
sir,
have a
नहीं sir,
question.
नहीं sir. You guide
Sir,
us
I have a
very
question.
well, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I want to ask you about one disease, white spot of pangasius. How to control it?
White spot in pangasius.
Yes, sir.
But in
How can we control it?
pangasius basically red spot come. Are you sure you are in white spot?
Maybe sir, red spot.
Is it? Okay. Red spot basically comes in your due to the water quality, temperature changes from winter to when you move to winter to this thing summer, even summer to winter. That time due to temperature change and the organic load present inside your tank, that time this disease comes. So my suggestion will be try to use better some water sanitizers, improve the water quality parameters, focus on some good soil water probiotic. If you're not in Biofloc system also, it will help you to get rid out of this. If you still have any disease, you can still connect me. I'll give you my office number. Our office number is my number. There is a issues because I'm free only in WhatsApp. If you want to talk to me, I'm always free after 10:30. So don't call in between, but better you drop me a message in WhatsApp, then you connect me. So last number is my number.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please, sir. Please.
Sir, you mean we can to control the temperature in the biofloc in a winter season?
Sir, if you are from northern part of the India, we understand and we know it very well that atmospheric temperature also goes less than 5 to 6 degree also in some time, right? So considering that perspective and considering the water temperature, we need to close down our whole system in a such a way that there should not be air should in and air should out. And inside that, we can put room heater and inside the water also some heaters. Ultimately, we can manage the temperature around 16 to 18, sir. We cannot go beyond to that. That's also impossible because if you focus on water temperature to increase through the heater, your electricity cost will be much higher. So my suggestion will be during the winter, you focus on winter specific fish. And summer, you focus on variety of fish.
So please mention some varieties related to winter season because I am from northern India. And
okay. So winter, we can grow fishes like tilapia, then amur carp, some puntias, goniolotas, puntias sarana, those kind of fish species. But winter, you put less stocking density. Lesser the fish, lesser the body temperature they will be wasting, and lesser the ammonia level will be generated. Okay. And summertime, you use any kind of fish. Higher density also you can use. There is no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Sir, what are the initial investment of a biofloc project?
Okay. If you start with something small with a 10,000 liter, which is basically a standard, it will start around like say including everything I'm talking about, okay, except feed, seed, medicine, just investment cost of the tank. So you will have a pond liner, you need an inner liner, you need an iron mesh, you need some concrete structure of the civil work, then you need a pump, you need some pipes and aerator, air stones, water testing kits, some water testing kits, okay. So altogether around like 30,000. And again, you consider 5 to 6,000 on feed and medicines and other aspects. So altogether, you can consider like within 35 to 40,000, your investment will come up. So in Biofloc, we can basically do 2 crop cycle. So 2 crop cycle means like 4 months to 5 months. If I consider 2 months of winter, if we just cut down. So in that period, even if you earn 5,000 of your net profit, yeah, you can make your this investment of your Biofloc unit cost. You can get back within 2 years period of time also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is any scheme available by the central or state government?
सर
We
सर स्कीम तो बहुत थे, अभी मार्च में खत्म हो जाएंगे। तो इसलिए जो सेशन था मेरे ख्याल से शायद लास्ट ईयर होता तो आप लोग को 2-3 को स्कीम भी मिल जाते हैं। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना करके एक योजना था जो मार्च के 25 में खत्म हो रहा है। इसमें हम लोग को बायोफ्लॉक लगाने के लिए, छोटा यूनिट लगाने के लिए 7 लाख, उसके ऊपर था 15 लाख और 50 लाख, और जिनको बायोफ्लॉक का पॉन्ड बनाना है उसके लिए, छोटा पॉन्ड बनाने के लिए 4 लाख, उसके बाद था 12 लाख, उसके ऊपर था शायद 25 लाख, ऐसे करके स्कीम थे, बेनिफिशियरी ओरिएंटेड स्कीम।
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question that in a village, only 1 or 2 community have the right to acquire the ponds, village pond, community pond. Is there any facility available that we can achieve that, because we have to.
You basically from which state?
UP.
Which district?
Prayagraj.
Prayagraj ke, like close to Prayagraj and Banaras, there are many people who are not that particular community they are doing. There are many people who are doing even fish farming. They not belong to that community.
Oh.
See, my suggestion will be, always remember, Debtanuji knows very less and you people knows much more Debtanuji. Look around your surrounding, connect the people who are doing it and take the suggestion from the expert to whom you like. मंदिर बहुत हैं, मगर कौन सा मंदिर में जाके आपको माथा टेकना है वो आप ही तो जानते हो ना सर।
Yes, sir.
So what about the internship opportunities there?
Yes, those people are interested to do the internship. We provide paid internship and also non-paid internships. Okay, so based on your experience, so
Okay.
you can drop us a mail with your interest. We can connect you with our platform. We can do the internship. That's not a problem. Possible.
Okay, sir.
Sir, you can elaborate about the paid and non-paid internships, like costings, other things.
Paid means we will be giving you some stipends, not salary. Okay, stipend includes like you will be doing like as an employee all the activities related to Biofloc. Say when I talk about we have a Biofloc farm, there you need to work morning water exchange, you need to check water, you have to give feed, you need to give feed in the night. If fishes die, you need to do the treatment. So you have to do everything. We'll be giving you for stay, food, and some stipend at the end of the month or maybe end of your internship. This is one. Some people who are willing to do such things and we are not having such kind of offering for them, they say that, sir, I'll be organize my own food, or maybe we'll be paying you for my stay and food. We want to do something with you together. We want to learn the technology. Can you do that? So they pay some amount of 5,000 to us. They register with us and we offer them certificate for all the internship programs. And that they certificate, they, during their job applications and all, they submit, they get good recommendations also from aqua doctors. So yeah, for their career growth, they use it.
Sir, when you offer the
Internships
course,
are for how many months?
It can be based on your time availability. I cannot tell you. Let's see, if you want to learn from me, Aqua Doctor Solution, it is business. You can be with me 6 months, 1 month, 3 months, or maybe 1 year. It's up to you. I don't have any time specific one.
Okay, sir.
Somebody asked me a question. Please give some idea on Biofloc small unit at rooftop of house. Possible, sir. I have shown you a cemented tank. That is my own house. We have put one Biofloc tank. If it is a building, it's good. And your construction engineer is saying that, okay, that if you put a tank, it can take your load and all. And it will not be water seepage will not be come out of it. You can make your even a small rooftop biofloc unit, or even those people are interested to put rooftop some portable biofloc tanks, portable. Okay, just put some pipes, put water, your tank is ready. So ultimately I can say like it's a small swimming pool. So that kind of portable units are available with us, starting from around 15,000 rupees to around 25,000 based on different dimension and all, but you can use it at least 2-3 years without any problem. Yes, biofloc and pearl farming is a very good, because pearl farming, those people are interesting to know about pearl farming. For them, most of the pearl farming, what is happening in the pond and the inside the indoor based system, there is a difference between the color. Those pearl are produced in the pond, they have lots of algae. That algae is not controlled, and those algae create a look of the pearl when it come out from the nacre. But those people are control their pearl production within a cemented system, or maybe a portable biofloc unit, or maybe fixed biofloc unit, an indoor system. Their pearl is more shiny and more glowing, because there we basically produce and help to produce unicellular algae and basically the beneficial bacteria. So pearl culture through biofloc technology is very good, and I believe time has come now where diversification of aquaculture and fisheries need to be focused on. The tools of aquaculture need to be addressed in different part and different way around. How can buy bioflocs? You can, sir, connect us to our office. I have dropped you our office number. You can try from 10:30 to 6:30. Our office is on, or even you can call me up. 98752. You can even call me up. I have dropped my number also. Anything else?
Sir? Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, this is Rajshekhar. We already know actually. I got something initial ideas from you.
Okay.
Sir, I have some doubts on generally once an inoculum you have prepared, right? Like FOC, like that you have said it, FOC or FCO, like that.
FCO, yeah.
It is like kind of inoculum tank like that. It is separately you have done it. So that can be added as a kind of inoculum to a kind of main tank, right?
Right, right.
If I'm just adding for that, like what is the proportion? For example, if I'm just preparing for 100 liters of culture tank, then I can just prefer the inoculum for 10 liters, right? Like even a 10% of it.
Okay, is a good question. So see, say I have a 10,000 liter of tank. In 10,000 liter of tank, my water volume is 10,000 liter, right? So based on that calculation, I should have a separate inoculum tank, or consider it something like a nursery. Then we will be putting our plant to a bigger plant. So that inoculum tank is always need to be the same, because when bacteria start growing to a particular tank, they create a environment inside that. Next time we will be putting even your molasses or maybe little bit of bacteria, it will be automatically start growing it. Okay, in that perspective, for 10,000 liter of tank, I have calculated how much I need to be added molasses and bacteria, right? So in that perspective, by 10,000 liter of tank, I need to have, say, if I consider 5 times, right? So 5 times means for I have mentioned 900 gram with 300 gram calculation. So if I consider like 5 times like 1.5 kg against 300 gram of probiotic, right? So like that calculation also we can calculate and we can put it. 10,000 liter of calculation, which I have mentioned 900 gram, 300 gram, or maybe 1.5 kg against 300 gram, that calculation also work out. So any of these two formula you can work out. Initial stage, basically the bacteria production time will take little bit of time, but summertime bacteria growth rate much faster. Winter time is very slow. So my suggestion will be, if somebody wants to do biofloc culture, start from February 2nd week onwards up to the Diwali period of time. Okay, don't focus much on the winter period time. So it will give you better and homogeneous bacteria growth culture for best period of your time with less headache. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, one of the voice get interrupted. which means like you are wishing, saying that to prepare the same size of the tanks. For culture tank, how much the size is, the same should be for inoculum
Yes,
also.
yes, right.
Then my point is like even we can directly add up the fishes there, right? After the inoculum period, if the microbes are good in the culture, like growth rate, instead of doing for the water to transfer to a kind of new system or something else, if the size is same, we can just add up the fishes directly in the kind of the same size of the tank, right? For example, if you given an idea of 50 liters of water like that, the inoculum you have given it. So additional tank of 50 liters, I should keep it and just try for some kind of new fishes.
Yes. See, water volume calculation is not very important here. The important
Okay.
here is very much the carbon nitrogen ratio. Please understand this.
Okay.
Better the carbon nitrogen ratio, better your flock density, better your fish growth. Always remember, water is not important. Carbon nitrogen ratio is the pillar of your building.
Okay, sir. And from the point of experience oriented, can you suggest some, for example, adding the kind of molasses or sugar or whatever? Like I'll just do it by overnight in the kind of any solution, right? To make it ferment, like rice husk or something, even we can just try for it. So that
overnight bacteria growth will not happen. Okay.
No, sir. Like I'm just asking for the what I can say, carbon source to add it. Only for
Carbon
preparation
source.
of the carbon.
For my practical experience, my suggestion will be use sugar. Very good. The small sugar, not the bigger ones. Okay. Even in market, you will find some red color sugars also come. It used to comes to our ration shops before. I don't know now it is happening or not, but it is available in the market. Okay. Use that. Then another is tapioca flour, which also available in the market. That also you can use. Then you come to molasses, because today the molasses is mixed with many different things. Before you add the molasses, try to screen it out, try to filter it out, take all the bad things out of it, then mix that pure filter molasses with water, then you add your bacteria to that and do the fermentation process, the rest of the process.
Yes, I got it. And do we need to change the water regularly or something like?
No. See, my suggestion will be when you feel like there is a higher ammonia and the ammonia smells is coming up, then try to change your water. Okay. If there is no ammonia smell, fishes are eating healthy and fishes movements are good, then no need to change the water also. If you change many times your water, say weekly once, 10 days once, 15 days once, like that, then there is always a risk of your fish disease outbreak may come. When your fishes are quite big, they are eating more, doing lots of toilets, then every month once, only 10% of our bad water, after just churning the bottom of your tank, that all the black color of things, if you just open out, within 2 seconds you find lots of black water coming and smelly water, that is the indication that there is a load which has just come out. Just for 10% water exchange you need to do. Don't do too much.
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anything?
Any other question?
Sorry? Anything there to ask more? If it is not there, then I think I will ask the organizing committee person to be, end up the sessions. And I hope I have make you, understand the system. And if you understand the system, that is my success. And when you do something and make fishery sector viable and profitable, that's also another best things which I feel as a fisheries professionals to take it into next level. And if anything is there, any problem related to fisheries, and if you want to do anything, always be free to connect me. I'm always there to, give my best, whatever I know till today in this particular journey of my professional life.
Thank you, Debtanu sir. Thank you. It is really promising session, and I know your name by my one of friend is Dr. Imtikhab Ahmed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
if
yes,
you
yes. I know,
him,
sir.
Yeah. So hopefully we will meet soon in Delhi.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we will plan for that faculty development program for IIT.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
I am also part of Kunta International, sir.
Oh, great, great. And very happy like you are here and you are listening me. That's my proud privilege.
Thank you, sir. Same here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
So if anyone else have any questions, please ask. Otherwise, we are at the end of the meeting. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful.
Okay, thank you so much. I wish you everyone a happy new year ahead. And I think this year we should all together do some good work and good for our community and for the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.